First thing I want to say is that the perfumer who made the fragrance we're going to be talking about today happened to make one of my favorite fragrances. And honestly, I didn't know this until literally 7 minutes ago. Elias Ermenides, I don't know exactly how to say his name. He also made Chandran 3 AM. If you don't already know, I've been loving this fragrance for years now, and I didn't know who made it, but now I know. This fragrance we're going to be talking about today is from Michael Malul. I haven't talked about Michael Malul in a little bit. They've been working behind the scenes on some new fragrances. They just came out with a collection of 3 new fragrances, but this one interested me the most, and it was the one that they offered to send me. So yes, they did send this to me for review. This is called Agar+Myrrh. Or Agar+Myrrh. I don't know exactly what they're calling it in terms of verbalizing, but on the bottle it says Agar+Myrrh. I have to say I love the aesthetic. I've been working with Michael Malul for a few years now, and it's so cool to see them lift off the ground, totally leveling themselves up in every way, all the way down to the packaging of their fragrances. It's very, very attractive. Nice heavy metal cap. They've even updated their atomizers. It's all over my pants, but it's fine because this is my scent of the day. So I want to keep this brief. I've been spending a few days with this fragrance and I have my thoughts. My initial thoughts when I first sprayed it were that it reminded me of Baccarat Rouge 540. That was that first whiff in the air. It caught my nose and I said, Baccarat. I was a little disappointed, but I've spent some more time with it, again, wearing it, dissecting it a little bit more, letting it dry down, and it has revealed itself to be a little different, but it does seem to have some periphery to that fragrance style that we see everywhere. So the note breakdown for Agar+Myrrh is as follows. Top notes of freesia, mandarin, cassis leaves, heart of molten myrrh, I think it's just myrrh, cistus labdanum, and gurgeon balsam, base notes of patchouli, batik, smoked agarwood, sandalwood, Australian sandalwood. So a bit of a slightly aromatic, fresh top with a resinous heart and a woody base. And now, is that how it comes off? Kind of. The fragrance definitely feels woody. I will say that as it dries on the skin, it gets kind of smoky. It gets this dark, almost charred feel to it, but in no way aggressive. It is quite elegant. It does have some nuance to it. There is a bit of a resinous sweetness. It doesn't come across as myrrh to me, at least to my nose, which might be a good thing because I don't think myrrh is something that everyone really appreciates and loves. And the market that Michael Malul markets to might be a little bit more on the mainstream. This is more of the average fragrance wearer. But as I've said, they have been stepping up their game. I can say that the quality of this fragrance is very good. I was actually surprised by, again, the level of nuance that it has, the way it kind of dances. It does have some nice depth to it, but once again, if you are familiar with Baccarat Rouge 540, you will be reminded of it with this fragrance, at least on the surface. One other thing to note about this fragrance that I know matters to a lot of you guys, doesn't really matter to me all that much, but I know you guys want to know. Performance. I find that the performance is decent. It has good longevity. I wasn't counting the hours. Anything above 8 is going to be good enough, and I was getting at least 7, 8 on my skin, I think. Again, not really checking my watch every 5 minutes.
Okay, it looks like after 17 more minutes, it's still there.
But it does stay pretty close to the skin, and I can appreciate that. It was not created to be this loud, statement-making beast mode fragrance because not every fragrance has to do that. I know there will be some of you who contest that, saying, well, if everyone can't smell it, what's the point? Again, not everything is created for the same purpose. This is a little bit softer, a little bit more intimate, a little bit more mysterious, will leave some to be desired, which makes people want to get closer to you. People actually want to get closer to you when you're whispering, when you're not screaming. So if that's what you're after, this is going to help with that. There's something elegant about it. It's a little enigmatic in its smoky woodiness. The sweetness draws people in. People love sweet, and it does bear resemblance to a well-known and well-tested DNA that people seem to like. This is a very likable fragrance. It's not going to be the most unique thing you've ever put your nose on, but I can say that the quality of it is what gets my interest in it. Honestly, that's all I really have to say about the fragrance. Not all that complex, doesn't change a ton on my skin other than getting maybe again a little bit woodier and smokier and darker as it dries, but also a little softer. If it sounds interesting, check it out. I do have a code with Michael Malul, Stay Fresh 20, that's going to save you 20% on any purchases that you make. I think this retails for $120. Might be a little bit steep. I think the quality does live up to that price. The scent profile, different enough for sure, and definitely a little bit more different and possibly less designery than other fragrances I've tried from them. There's going to be a link down below to check out Michael Malul, Agar+Myrrh. Let me know if you've tried it already. If not, then you came to the right video, because yeah, that was the review. Thank you to Michael Malul for passing this bottle over my way, and thank you for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.